this hymn comes one of the most heartrending stories in the annals of hymnody. Horatio Gates Spafford, the writer, was born on October 20, 1828, Troy, New York, United States of America. Spafford was the son of gazetteer author Horatio Gates Spafford and Elizabeth Clark Hewitt Spafford. Spafford was a successful lawyer and a senior partner in a large law firm. He had established a very successful legal practice as a young businessman and was also a devout Christian. Among his close friends were several evangelists, including the famous Dwight L. Moody, also from Chicago. On September 5, 1861, he married Anna Larsen of Stavanger, Norway, in Chicago, and the marriage was blessed with 4 children. Spafford's fortune evaporated in the wake of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. Having invested heavily in real estate along Lake Michigan's shoreline, he lost everything overnight. In a saga reminiscent of Job, his son died a short time before his financial disaster. But the worst was yet to come. 2 years after the devastation of the Great Chicago Fire, the family planned a trip to Europe. Late business demands, zoning issues arising from the conflagration, kept Spafford from joining his wife and 4 daughters on a family vacation in England, where his friend D.L. Moody would be preaching. Sadly, on November 22, 1873, while crossing the Atlantic on the steamship Ville du Havre, the ship was struck by an iron sailing vessel, killing 226 people, including all 4 of Spafford's daughters, Annie, age 12, Maggie, 7, Bessie, 4, and an 18-month-old baby. Hymnologist Kenneth Osbeck tells the story, desiring a rest for his wife and 4 daughters as well as wishing to join and assist Moody and his musician Ira Sankey in one of their campaigns in Great Britain. Spafford planned a European trip for his family in 1873. In November of that year, due to unexpected last-minute business developments, he had to remain in Chicago, but sent his wife and 4 daughters on ahead as scheduled on the SS. He expected to follow in a few days. On November 22, the ship was struck by the Lockheed, an English vessel, and sank in 12 minutes. Several days later, the survivors were finally landed at Cardiff, Wales, and Mrs. Spafford cabled her husband, "I saved alone." Spafford left immediately to join his wife. The hymn "It Is Well With My Soul" was said to have been penned as he approached the area of the ocean thought to be where the ship carrying his daughters had sunk. The original manuscript has only 4 verses, but Spafford's daughter, Bertha Spafford Vester, author of Our Jerusalem, An American Family in the Holy City 1881 to 1949, who was born after the tragedy, said a verse was later added and the last line of the original song was modified. The tune, written by Philip Bliss, was named after the ship on which Spafford's daughters died, Ville du Havre. Another daughter, Bertha, was born in 1878 as well as a son, Horatio, in 1880, though he later died of scarlet fever. After the birth of daughter Grace in 1881, Spafford and his wife moved to Jerusalem out of a deep interest in the Holy Land. There they established the American Colony, a Christian utopian society engaged in philanthropic activities among Jews, Muslims and Christians. 4 days before his 60th birthday, Spafford died of malaria on October 16, 1888, and was buried in Mount Zion Cemetery in Jerusalem. Life-changing lessons from the life of the hymn writer. It is well with my soul. The Testimony of a Devoted Life, Communion and Relationship with God by Horatio Spafford. Despite his success in career and business, is a challenge to individuals who lost their place in God at a small taste of success in career, business, marriage, etc. Horatio Spafford recognizes God as the author of his success so that it doesn't become a snare to take him away from God, as most people would have been carried away from God with little success. Rain falls on the just and the unjust. Horatio Spafford was a believer and a good person. Yet, like many good people, he suffered such unspeakable tragedies. Unfortunately, the tough reality of Christian faith is that being a good person does not protect you from difficulty. Believers and good people can fall victim to natural disasters, illnesses, and accidents. Tragedy randomly can strike any of us at any time, because God doesn't promise us a perfect life. We only are promised that when believers pass through water, fire, He is ever with them. And if believers focuses on Him, He will give the wisdom and strength to get through any calamity. We can be at peace, no matter what. In the Gospel of John 14:27, Jesus tells the disciples, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you, not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." That is what the Christian faith offers us. We aren't offered a perfect life. We are offered peace in the midst of imperfection. Faith in God gives us the ability to be calm no matter what is going on around us. That is because we know that God is always with us, and we are never alone. In the hymn, Spafford simply is saying that no matter what is going on in his life, it is well with his soul. He had lost his son, and thereafter, he lost his daughters in a shipwreck, two unimaginable tragedies. Yet, because of his faith in God, his soul was at peace. We too can have that peace. God offers it to each one of us. No matter what is happening in our lives, our souls can be well if we place our faith and trust in Him. If you have been blessed, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below and give the video a like. Share, turn the notification bell on for more edifying, inspiring and edifying contents. Livingstone's Films, reaching the world with Christ through media.